Hello student, myself Krupa Sonani. I am from the Matrushri Ramuba Tejani and Matrushri Shantaben Vidya Science College, which is managed by the Sardar Patel Education Institute. Today we learn about semester number 5, paper number 503, that is molecular genetics of prokaryotes, unit number 1, and topic is the DNA replication. First, what is DNA replication? So, DNA replication is an extraordinarily important and complex process upon which all life can be depend. During DNA replication, the two strands of the double helix are separated. Each then serve as a template or the parental strand for the synthesis of new complementary strand. These new complementary strand are known as the daughter strand. Daughter strand. There are mainly two mechanisms for the DNA replication. First one known as a semi-conservative replication or semi-conservative nature of replication, and second one is a molecular mechanism for DNA replication. Semi-conservative replications can be proved by the Michelson and Stahl experiment in 1957 over the E. coli cells. Watson and Crick proposed the hypothesis of semi-conservative replication soon after publication of their 1953 paper on the structure of DNA. The two strands of double helical DNA are complementary to each other, and the replication of each to form a new complementary strand result in the formation of the two daughter duplex DNA. The DNA molecules which contain one strand from parental strand or template strand and another strand is newly synthesized strand. This process is called semi-conservative replication. What is the semi-conservative replication? So semi-conservative replication is daughter duplex DNA can be formed from the parental DNA. So daughter duplex DNA can contain one strand from the parental strand and one strand can be newly synthesized strand. This process known as a semi-conservative replication. This hypothesis is proved by the experiment carried out by Michelson and Stahl in 1957. They prove that in living E. coli cell, DNA is replicated in semi-conservative manner as postulated by Watson and Crick, so that the Watson and Crick hypothesis can be proved by the Michelson and Stahl experiment. They can grow E. coli for several generations in medium containing nitrogen source, and they use nitrogen source as ammonium chloride. Normal nitrogen is 14 and nitrogen, but they prove the semi-conservative nature of the DNA. They use instead of 14 and nitrogen, they use a heavy nitrogen, that is 15 and nitrogen. The nitrogen was purely 15N, and that is heavy nitrogen isotope instead of a normal nitrogen, that is 14N. This 15N DNA of this cell can significantly greater density from the normal 14N DNA. The heavy and the light form of DNA can be separated by the equilibrium centrifugation. Shown in the figure, first of all, we can grow E. coli cells in 15N containing medium. So we can extract the heavy DNA because there are not normal DNA, there are heavy DNA as their nitrogen source. The original parental strand containing 15N in their nitrogen base pair. Second is these original parental strand can be extracted from this culture medium and add medium containing 14 and nitrogen containing medium, so we can extract first generation of the daughter molecules, and these first generation having a two type of newly synthesized daughter DNA, one strand containing 15N and second one containing 14N. In first generation, in original parental strand, the both strand are 15N containing DNA. But in second strand, newly synthesized daughter strand containing one strand 15N and second one is a 14N. that are hybrid DNA. In these hybrid DNA, these first generation can be grow or allow to the another generation production. In the third figure, we show the first generation DNA can be grown in again 14N containing medium. The second generation daughter molecules, we can show that in the second generation there are some strain are hybrid or some strain are 14N containing 14N containing nitrogen, means that are heavy DNA also find and hybrid DNA also find. How we can say that the heavy DNA and hybrid DNA? For these, the cells are allowed to grow for the several generation cells from a single band in the cesium chloride gradient as a position indicating that double helical DNA molecules of the daughter cells were hybrid containing one new 14 end strand and another one is parental 15 end strand. We are centrifuge the medium so that we having a band. Heavy DNA is a heavy DNA having a lower surface, light DNA is upper surface, and hybrid DNA. In hybrid DNA, one strand is 15N containing, and another strand is newly synthesized strand is 14N DNA containing, and hybrid DNA, the hybrid DNA which can bend over the in between heavy DNA or light DNA. The isolated DNA product of the second cycle of the replication exhibit two bands in the density gradient, one with density equal to the light DNA and the other with the density of the hybrid DNA. This result is consistent only with a model of semi-conservative replication. Study using other prokaryote as well as eukaryote indicate the semi-conservative replication of DNA is probably a universal mechanism. Why they are universal mechanism? Because of when DNA replication occur, the daughter DNA containing one strand from the parental strand and other strand from the newly synthesized strand, so that the all daughter DNA containing one parental or one newly synthesized strand and a DNA having a one parental strand and one newly synthesized strand. These nature called as a semi-conservative nature, so that the semi-conservative replication can be universal mechanism for all the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Second DNA replication mechanism is a molecular mechanism. In molecular mechanism, to understand DNA replication, first of all we know that what is the pattern of DNA synthesis. If DNA can be replicated in molecular mechanism, there are something occur in the origin of replication of DNA. So understand DNA replication. First of all, we understand what is the pattern of the DNA synthesis. The replication of DNA synthesis is start with a single point and these points are known as the origin of replication. DNA synthesis occur when the frog can be occur. Frog in this stage, the DNA double helix can be unwound and individual strand can be replicated. See in the figure that the parental DNA having a origin of replication and then replication fork can be occur and replication proceed in the both direction. There are shown in the figure that one is a parental strand and second one is a daughter strand. Two replication fork move outward from the origin until they have copied the whole replicon. First of all, what is a replicon? Replicon is a portion of the genome that contain one origin and it's replicated as a unit. When the replication forks move around the circle, because of the bacterial chromosome is a single replicon, the frog meet one of the other side when the terminal residue were present. Terminal residue are the site where the replication end. When the replication ends, the two daughter cell can be released. Now the replication can be released and two daughter DNA can be free in the environment and these two daughter DNA can be synthesized or DNA replication can be occur and four daughter and another 4 daughter DNA can be proceed. Now, replication machinery. What replication machinery are used for the DNA replication by frog method? The replication of the E. coli requires at least 30 protein for the replication by the frog method. DNA replication is essential to organism and great deal effort has been devoted in understanding these mechanisms. There are some enzymes that can be used in the DNA replication. First enzyme is a DNA A protein. DNA A protein is a specific protein. It binds with a nucleotide and DNA A protein known as a DNA A boxes. These DNA A protein use the energy from the ATP hydrolysis to break the hydrogen bond between the DNA strand. What hydrogen bond they can be break? They can be break adenine and thymine bond because of they use low energy for the breaking, and that can be localized in region a single stranded. Second one is a DNA B protein, or it is known as the helicase protein also. Helicase protein is responsible for the frog creation. Helices are responsible for creation and they also responsible for the separating DNA strand and ahead for the replication. 4. They using energy from the ATP hydrolysis and maintain single stranded DNA. Third protein is a single stranded DNA binding protein, that is SSBS protein. Single stranded DNA binding protein keep the strand apart once they have been separated. Single stranded binding protein or single stranded DNA binding enzyme maintain the separation. They cannot be bind double stranded DNA. They can be separated single stranded strand as it is. Fourth enzyme is a topoisomerase enzyme. In all organisms, there are topoisomerase enzyme, and in specific E. coli that having a as a topoisomerase enzyme, that is DNA gyrase enzyme. The function of the topoisomerase or DNA gyrase is relieve tension generated by the rapid unwinding. Where the unwinding can be occur, there are having a tension in the strand, and these tensions can be relieved by the topoisomerase enzyme, and its second function is avoid formation of supercoiling. They can avoid a coiling, negative or positive coiling in this strand. Fifth one is the primase. This is the most important enzyme from the DNA replication. Primase synthesize a short strand of RNA. These RNA can be 10 nucleotide long and complementary to the DNA. Primase bind with a protein and form a primosome. These primosomes are one type of RNA primer, and primosome are synthesis of RNA primer, and these RNA primer are about 10 nucleotide. DNA polymerase synthesize DNA at the 5' to 3' directions. Therefore, only one strand called leading strand can be synthesized continuously, and its the 3' end adds the DNA unwinding. DNA polymerase enzyme having a capacity to add nucleotide from the 5' to 3'. They cannot add nucleotide to 3' to 5', so that the leading strand can be synthesized continuously because of they can be synthesized into 5' to 3' direction and continuously added nucleotide at the 3' end, that DNA can be unwind. The other strand called a lagging strand. They cannot be extended in the same direction as the movement of the replication fork because there is no 3' OH to which nucleotide can be added. The lagging strand is synthesized discontinuously in the 5' to 3' direction, and produce a series of fragments called Okazaki fragment. Why does these fragment called Okazaki fragment? Because of the Rezi Okazaki scientists discovered these Okazaki fragments that are known as a Okazaki fragment. And these Okazaki fragments can be synthesized discontinuously. The sixth one enzyme is a DNA polymerase 1. The DNA polymerase 1 is remove RNA primer from the Okazaki fragment and fill the gap in DNA formed by the removal of RNA primer. 7.1 is DNA polymerase 3. DNA polymerase 3 is a multifunctional enzyme, but their main function is the added nucleotide into the 5' to 3' direction and elongated the nucleotide chain. Last one enzyme is a DNA ligase enzyme. The DNA ligase enzyme is seal, nicked and DNA joining by DNA fragment together. DNA ligase enzyme only form phosphodiester backbone. They cannot added nucleotide sequence. They can only seal the nick of Okazaki fragment. DNA polymerase enzyme 3 added nucleotide sequence and DNA polymerase 1 is fill the gap from RNA primer. DNA ligase only form the phosphodiester backbone which are break down to the Okazaki fragment. They do not add the nucleotide. Now the main mechanism of DNA replication. DNA replication can be occurred by the frog method. The detail of DNA replication are outlined in the figure. In E. coli, DNA replication is initiated at a specific nucleotide called origin of replication or ORIC. In the cell, these events occur quickly and simultaneously as both the leading and lagging strand. There are mainly 5 stages occur in the frog method. First stage is to initiate replication or to start the replication. There are many DNA protein can be bind with a double-stranded helical structure. For the binding of DNA A protein, they can require energy, and these energy they can use or they can utilize from the ATP hydrolysis. Binding DNA A protein causes the DNA to bend around the protein complex, resulting in a separation of the double-stranded DNA at the region having a mainly AT base pair. Why they are mainly AT base pair? Because of AT base pair having a double-stranded hydrogen bond. So double-stranded hydrogen bond can be easily break compared to the GC bond. GC rich region can be GC rich region having a high energy compared to AT region. So that when the AT region can be high, the DNA protein bind with the AT region and break the or hydrolyze the hydrogen bond and separate the single-stranded DNA. Once the strands have separated, replication proceeds through the next 4 stages. Second, show in the figure, there are replication frog can be started. At the origin of replication, DNA A protein can be bind and unwind the DNA. When the unwind the DNA, there are helicase or other enzyme can be work properly and DNA replication can be occur. Second one is a helicase enzyme. Helicase enzyme unwind the helix with the aid of topoisomerase enzyme such as DNA gyrase in the E. coli. DNA B protein is the helicase protein is most actively involved in the replication. The replication and they can be separated the DNA strand from the each other. Third, in these there are also binding the single stranded DNA binding protein, and these single stranded DNA binding protein can be kept separated to the single stranded strand. They cannot be bind creating hydrogen bond between two strand and not formed a double helical structure and kept a single stranded DNA structure. Third one is the primase synthesis. Primase synthesis RNA primer as needed. A single DNA polymerase 3 holoenzyme, both leading strand and lagging strand synthesis from the RNA primers. Lagging strand synthesis is particularly amazing because of the replizome. All of occur as a DNA polymerase 3 is synthesizing DNA. Thus, DNA polymerase 3 is a multifunctional enzyme. DNA polymerase 3 in the lagging strand. DNA polymerase 3 in the leading strand, there are 5' to 3' direction. They can be added nucleotide sequencing, and these nucleotide sequences is continuously added. There are no break in the there are no show break in the leading strand. So leading strand can be continuously synthesized because DNA polymerase 3 enzyme having a nucleotide sequence added into 5' to 3' direction, but they can not add 3' to 5' direction nucleotide added. After most Fourth stage is after most of the lagging strand had been synthesized by the formation of the Okazaki fragment DNA polymerase 1, it removed the RNA primer. DNA polymerase 3 enzyme can be added nucleotide sequence in Okazaki fragment because of they having a no ability to 3' in 3' OH group there are not free, so they cannot add at a 3' 5' OH 5' and nucleotide sequences. So in these they having a Okazaki fragment or discontinuous strand can be synthesized. Formation of the Okazaki fragment DNA polymerase 1 remove the RNA primers, while at a time DNA polymerase at a time only remove one RNA primer. DNA polymerase 1 does this because unlike other DNA polymerase, it has the ability to snip off nucleotide one at a time starting at the 5' end while move toward the 3' end of RNA primers. DNA polymerase enzyme 1 5' to 3' while 5' to 3' direction RNA primers can be removed. This ability is referred to as a 5' to 3' exonuclease activity. DNA polymerase 1 begin its exonuclease activity at the free 5' end of the RNA primers. While the removal of each ribonucleotide, the adjacent 3' OH from the deoxynucleotide is used by the DNA polymerase 1 to fill the gap between Okazaki fragment. Last stage is finally the Okazaki fragment are joined by the enzyme DNA ligase, which form a phosphodiester bond between 3' OH of the growing strand and 5' phosphate of the Okazaki fragment. At DNA replication can be complete, there are one step can be important for the DNA replication, that is proofreading. Why the proofreading is required? Because of there are no any mutation for the checking of mutation. Proofreading is the required. Proofreading is can be done by the DNA polymerase 3 enzyme. The DNA polymerase 3 enzyme, so that the DNA polymerase 3 enzyme can be known as a multifunctional enzyme. DNA polymerase 3, like a DNA polymerase, has an additional function that is critically important, and this function is a proofreading. Proofreading is the removal of mismatched base immediately after it has been added. Its removal must occur before the next base is incorporated. One of the protein subunit of the DNA polymerase 3 core enzyme having a 3' to 5' exonuclease activity. This activity enables the polymerase core enzyme to check each newly incorporated base to see that it forms stable hydrogen bond. In this way, mismatch base can be detected if the wrong base has been incorporated mistakenly. The exonuclease activity is used to remove it. A mismatched base can be removed only as long as it's still at the 3' end of the growing strand. Once removed, holoenzyme back up and add the proper nucleotide in its place. DNA proofreading is the not 100% efficient. The mismatch repair system is the cell's second line of the defense against the potential harm caused by the incorporation of the incorrect nucleotide. Thank you.